So guys, this is not my new org. This one is my older org. I have signed in, right? And I'm waiting for that email, right? So as soon as the email arrives, okay, the email has been arrived now. I can log in, but before I do, I will be showing you that, as soon as I log in, you already know, right, where you log in, right? You just go to this URL, login dot salesforce.com. Okay, so this is your login URL. So you got your credentials. If someone is having any confusion, just for that I am reiterating. Okay, you have this URL. Okay, the whole URL, https://login.salesforce.com. So that's where you log in from your credential. Okay, you just put this in URL, or put in Google Salesforce login, production login. There you'll be putting your credentials, right? That's where you log in. So this is your login, you can say URL, and you already have your credentials. There are different URLs also that we'll be teaching you later. Why those are, when we'll be covering the additions of the Salesforce. You know, what type of instances we are having, right? Addition and instances. So right now, what you are having, it is an you can say or which is special, right? That has been provided by Salesforce just for this purpose, so that people can learn Salesforce and utilize this R for other purposes also, right? So it's like a combination of production and developer org, right? So developer org, it's a free org, and while you need to log into a developer org, you need to go to your production login. That is the login where your production environment, that is the URL where your production logins are there, right? So when you need to log in to your production environment, that is the same URL it is being used, right? So right now, that's called dev org, what you have logged in, but it's kind of a special org. Okay, so that you keep in mind. Later we'll be elaborating what's developer org, what's sandbox, and what's production environment, and how many types of editions we are having in Salesforce, right? So you might have heard of anything like, any software is there. There are different versions, there are different types of same software, right? So that's how editions work. We'll be elaborating it later, and we'll be providing you documents also. It's not like, if you are hearing something here, it will be missed later. We'll be providing you written documents. That's how you will be, going again and again and learning. If you want to refresh what you have learned, and you want to make your own notes, you'll be getting the written documents also, right? And one
Okay.
more thing,
One
Mandeep,
doubt, no, one doubt. Yesterday, no, you told me to log in different developer, something like that.
yeah,
Today you want me to log in where?
no, you signed in yesterday. Today you want to log in, correct?
Yeah,
Signing in means you created an account. Fine.
yeah, in developer, in developer,
Yeah, that one you only can have as a free org, right? Unless
right?
if you are going to have a different addition, then you need to pay to Salesforce, correct? So
Okay,
what?
so where you want me to log in?
Fine. So that URL I already told you, right? Just type login dot salesforce.com. That's what it is, right? I will be pasting it in the chat. Okay,
Login dot Salesforce.
this one, right?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Now you put your credentials there and put login, right? So you will be logged in into your org, right? That is called org, or organization, Salesforce organization.
No,
Uh,
but it is coming to developer only.
what it is calling you to?
Developing that area. Uh,
Developing that area. So that's okay. Okay, let me show you. Okay, don't worry. So I got my fresh link here. So I will be guiding you through how you have performed your sign in and how you will be having your login, right?
yeah.
So see, and this is how you might have got the email, correct?
Right.
When you signed up. So you will be clicking verify account. Okay,
Now coming to this page only. Yeah.
correct. So you will be getting this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eh? Now we'll be having our new password. Correct.
Yeah.
So I'm just setting up password. Okay, just put a security questions, and that will be asked later when you'll be resetting your password. Okay, so just remember it. Okay, so now I am logged in, but what I will do, I will
Yeah.
log out.
This is now I am in this page.
Yeah, yeah. So you are already logged in, right? But
Yeah.
eventually you will be logged out, correct? So where you will be logged in again, and that's what I'm telling you. So you have your username in your email, right?
So you want
And
me to
you,
log out?
I don't want you to log out. I'm just showing you if you want to log in again, then how it should be, where you will be logging, right? So
Okay.
you want to log into some, you can say website or some account, then you need to have the URL also, correct?
Right.
So you have this URL, right? You see?
Right.
So this is your personal URL, right? Personal URL means this is the URL where your personal org is there, correct?
Okay.
Right? And what I showed you that login.salesforce.com, okay, that one is general URL. Okay, this is your personal domain, correct? You know the domain, right? So where
Right.
your org
Yeah.
lies. Okay, so that's what you see. It is a little bit different. I am what company I have put, that is coming here. Learning IT. That's
Yeah. I
Salesforce.
got it. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Now this is general URL, right? So when you want to log into your org, you just need to go to login.salesforce.com. Okay, that's what I was talking about. Now here we can put our email username that you might have put there, our new password. Okay, and we'll be logging in. Okay, so now you see I am logged in. Okay, so there are two URLs from where you can log in. First will be this. This is your personal. Okay, and second will be general URL. Okay,
Right. Yeah.
that's what I was talking about. So
Yeah.
now
Now I am in this page only.
fine, fine. Okay. So from here we'll be starting, right? So as
Right.
soon as you log into your org, guys, so you land somewhere. Okay. So
Right.
you see now, as soon as you click on some link, while searching on Google, you land somewhere in the website. Okay. So that's called your landing page. Okay. So right now, where you have landed, this is called setup home. Okay, you see there is written up setup. Okay, now which tab is highlighted, these all you will be seeing here, guys, in this area, those will be tabs. Okay, you might have already known about tabs, right? So like there will be different tabs, and you will be clicking on that, and that is stuff related to that tab only will be showing here in the full screen, correct? So, because right now what user you are having, right? As soon as you create any org, Salesforce org, there is a user that has been created for which you hold the credentials, correct? That user is admin user, correct? And that is the highest authority in Salesforce org, correct? What that means? That means you need to know that how you are able to access it, access and the setup, and have landed in the setup page. How? Because what user you are having, that is admin user. Admin user means it is having highest privilege. Okay, so this organization is having a hierarchy, having a security, correct? Everybody cannot see everything in the org, right? So that's how the architecture is, the security architecture is. But you know what user you have, that have all the permissions, basically all the permissions. Some of those are not there, that will be covering later in the profile, you can say persona. Okay, now what you have, admin user, where you can see it, I will show you, but first you need to know where you have landed by default. So it is called default landing, correct? That can be controlled also for user to user or profile to profile. Okay, so as soon as you log in, your default landing is setup home, correct? So you are currently in setup and in home tab. That's called default landing. Okay, now what user you have, let's see first. User, you see where I have clicked, it is called quick find. Okay, you will be doing your 90 to 95% stuff here only, right? So you need to be very much familiar with this quick find, right? With this tab, home tab, setup home tab, right? Add as admin or developer, this will be your area where your most of the activities will be done, correct? So just remember one thing, this is your setup and home tab. Okay, so let's see what user you have. Okay, just type here user, a little bit thing I'm talking about. Just don't get confused, just little navigations are there, right? So in users, it's kind of settings of the org, and you'll be having every access to manipulate the settings for now. And why you will be having that, I'm going to explain it to you, right? Just type here anything. So some of the keywords you guys will have to remember that in case of access that, right? Because if you see, if you don't type anything here, right, just see, a lot of things are there, right? But it's not it, right? That's not it. There are a lot of things, right? So if you are going and you can say expanding everything, correct? So that's a lot of stuff. It's not like your mobile settings, right? It's org setting. Mobile settings are limited, right? It is you can say designed for some user. But this setup, what you are seeing, it is designed for admins, right? So that's how, if you are going to scroll, right, and if you are expanding every accordion and seeing it, it's not feasible, right? So at last, what you need to do, you need to learn or remember some keywords, right? And believe me, it's very easy, very much easy, right? Right now, this is me or some kind of admin, some developers, right? They already know what they want, right? So they are just going there and putting things what they want, and simply clicking on that. So the search is very defined. So that's how you guys will be too. Don't worry. But just now, where you will be finding your users, right? How many users you are having, and what's the configuration, what's the you can say specification of your user, what you are using. So just put it here, user. You might have seen user there also, but put user here and see this user. You just click here, okay, and this page will be opening. Okay, that's how your navigation. This is, I think, your first navigation in the setup, right? But that's okay. You guys will be doing a lot these things. Okay, now by default, you see there are four users.
Abhishek, hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, just go back in.
Go back where?
That is home page.
Okay, I am in home page. Okay, yeah.
Okay. Oh, here in type there in search box the user, right?
Search bar here, you see it is called quick
Yes, yes.
find. Quick find.
Quick
Okay.
find, na?
Hmm.
Okay, okay. Just now I changed my password, whatever it is, in before 5 minutes.
Okay.
That Salesforce login.
Okay. You change your password. Okay.
I mean,
Yes.
Abhishek, he just wanted to know how to navigate to users again. Just want, I mean,
Oh,
that-
I think you are asking about something password. So that's what I'm talking about. You are in home, right? You see this quick find, right? You
Yes,
just
quick find.
put user. Okay. Here.
No, okay. My password reset already, and I
Uh,
got email also. Okay. Now is the same page only. Where in the landing page. I am also same page now.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Fine, fine, fine. Now you just you will be landing default in home setup home, okay, and
Yes,
you will
yes.
be having your
Right,
quick start.
correct.
Hmm.
Yes, yes, correct. You're right.
Yeah, you put user, and this is the these are called links, but there will be kind of button for you also. So you just click here, and this area will be showing you the detail part of it. Okay, so
So
you can see,
which one I have to click because user?
you see user here, right?
Okay,
Just click on it, and you will be redirected to here, right? And in this area, you
okay. In
user view.
I,
Okay.
Yeah, Abhi,
yes, yes,
no,
yes. I got it.
Hmm.
Same page.
can you,
Now
can you
I'm in
zoom
same
in a
page.
little bit, Abhishek?
Yeah, money come again.
Can you zoom in a little bit? It's kind of small. Can you zoom in?
Oh, zoom in. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
110%. That's fine.
So, Abhishek,
Yeah.
hello.
Yeah, tell me.
Uh, in user, when I
Mm-hmm.
click here, my name also showing Rasmikant
Mm-hmm.
Sahu.
Mm-hmm.
Are there in my Gmail also, right?
Yes.
And
That's what
your
I'm,
name that is
yeah.
default or what?
I'm going to explain that, just I
Okay,
was
okay,
telling
okay,
you the navigation, how you navigate till user. Okay.
okay, okay.
So,
I'm also same page only. Okay, now I got.
fine. Fine. Okay.
Thank you. Thank.
So no worry, you can revise the recording and see how to navigate, right? So we'll be teaching
Oh,
you a lot of the navigations, but fine.
okay, Abhi, okay, okay.
You just type user here, you'll be getting users, click it, and you'll be seeing this user page, right? Here the
Yes,
user information is lying here. Okay, so uh, I already told you, right? You have some privileges. So how those privileges got here, right? So you already see there are by default 4 users created by Salesforce as soon as you have created one org. I have not created any additional user here, right? I just created the org. I have just logged in. Okay. You guys also might have seen these 4 users, and one of those will be yours. Okay. So you open your user first. So this is mine. Okay. You see little bit information is there, right? So what's that information? The email id that I have put there while signing in, okay, that's there. The username what I have put there while signing in, and the name, right? And some of things it has already picked up. Why? We have put the country is in India, time zone accordingly it has put up, because we have put the country India. Okay, that's when it is picking up the Kolkata, time. Local English India already selected based on that also, right? So that's how you just go through this information, right? And see based on your sign up information, your user has been created. But here comes the catch: profile. Okay, you see, this is the profile your user is assigned by default, and it is called system administrator profile, right? It's a special profile, and this is the profile that holds, you can say, the top authority, right? All the permissions this profile holds. That's how you get the access to everything. I told you na that your user is holding all the permissions initially, to see all, view all, and modify all. Means your user can view everything in the Salesforce org that you created, can edit everything, and can modify everything, right? In the way, like, uh, you can say, if there is some entity, there is something in Salesforce org your user cannot do, I don't think there's anything, right? So that's how you hold Salesforce admin profile. Some of the things are like, the platform restrictions that you cannot do for sure. But if there is anything and that is, you can say, feasible to change, then this user, what right now you have created, will be able to do. And how they will be able to do? They will be able to do because they are assigned to profile, and that is system administrator. Let's see Can we change it also? No, because you have only one user right now, and that is system administrator, right? And you are the creator of the org also, right? That's how you are not getting option to deactivate your user and change your user profile, because there should be at least one user though that holds the profile system administrator, because someone should be there to manage the org. Okay, consider if there is no one who is having system administrator profile and your org is running like that, right? Or everyone is having other profile that is having less privilege, less access to the stuff in Salesforce org, right? And if there is some requirement to do some changes which only Salesforce admin can do, right, then who will be doing it, right? That's how uh, you know smartly Salesforce restrict any you can say customization in the user if there is only one Salesforce user, right? Okay, so that's little bit, you can say, elaboration on the user part. You just have seen your user, right? Now I will be elaborating a little bit on these users. These users are created by default in Salesforce for the purpose that is already, you can say, embedded in the name also, right? Chatter expert, it's in Salesforce. There is you can say um, functionality of chatter, right? Chatter means is kind of mm, I will be showing you later also. Chatter means kind of a little bit social media inside Salesforce, right? So all the users can chat together, there create groups and chat one to one also. So that kind of functionality, that kind of tool Salesforce provides inside the org. So that for that there is a default user to be created, right? So chatter related things are managed by this user. Okay, and integration user, you already might have got the idea why this is created, right? So integration user, basically you can say there is a default user created for the integration purposes, right? So even if you have not integrated your Salesforce with other system, but eventually as soon as you have created the org, right, it's only integrated with some things, right? That's how you are getting services from outside the org also. So for that purpose, user integration is used, and security user, right? So as soon as you create the org, there is some level of security that has been implemented, right? So that's uh, it's like, when you create org, a several configuration is already there, right? So just um you can say speculate, you have purchased a mobile, okay? So it's not like blank when you turn it on first time, right? So that's how it is. You just compare it with your new mobile, right? There is some default setting, right? There is some default applications also installed in the operating system, right? So there is nothing like you have your blank operating system there and you create from scratch everything, right? You already have some default applications, default setting installed on that mobile or operating system. The same thing happens here also, right? You already have some default settings and default connections and default security, right? And default applications also, that I will be showing you later in the part. Okay, now this is your user. You already have some idea about the users, right? Here this is user view list. When you will be having a lot of users, you can see, you can control your view list where you'll be seeing your active users. Consider you have disabled some user and you want to see only the users who are active, then you can choose it from here, right? Active users, admin users. So only one user is there, that is admin, correct? And it's your login. And then all users. So this is how you can control your list view of the users, right? So first thing first, what credential you got is admin credentials, and what profile you have been assigned is system administrator. We'll be covering a lot on the profile later also, when we'll be creating another user here, and we'll be controlling his visibility, controlling his ability to edit things, create, delete things, right? from profile level and permission set level, right? That will be doing later. But right now, what you are driving, right? What thing you are having, what login you are having, that I wanted to tell you, right? So you have the user that is holding system administrator profile. Correct. The first thing. Now you go to your quick find again, and you need to see, okay, what is the default, you can say, settings of your org, right? It now you guys will be calling it org, going further org, as you know, in terms of Salesforce admin and developer, and everyone who is using Salesforce ecosystem. So that's called an org, right? Let's see what are your default settings. So here you will be typing company, okay, information, company information, right? That's how you need to learn keywords, where what is the thing, and where you will be getting it, right? That is the thing you will be typing it here, right? There is no other go, guys. You cannot browse things. These keywords you will be typing so much that you will be having those in your fingertips, right? Don't worry about it. Just see how I am navigating, okay, into the setup. Let's click on it. You see your company information is there, right? So Salesforce considers that this org is kind of used by some organization, and that's how this section is named as company information, right? So you see there are org settings, that default org settings are there, right? You get your button to deactivate org also. So it's not like it's deactivated immediately. It will give you some time. It will be not accessible for sure, but it will give you some time. After that, the org is deleted, right? So uh, it's not useful for now. We'll teach you how later, in later, how will we utilize this thing, right? So you see organization name, what company name you have put there when signing in, right? That comes here automatically. Primary contact, it is been created as my name because I have created the org, right? That comes up when some company person go and purchases the org, right? So those informations are captured like this. Okay. Now you see some basic information is there. You can go and check it. We will be doing some changes here also, but some things are there. You just have a look, like fiscal year. So what fiscal year your company follows? It's January to December, or April to March, based on the, you can say, company norms, right? So if some companies are following from January to December, if they can put it here, they can edit it here, and they can change it, right? And now if they want to put their fiscal year as from April to March, they can change it, right? So these are the things you can edit according to your organizational need. Okay. Now if you see here, some space and data utilization you see, correct? So that's how. So if you create any record here in Salesforce, right, you consume some of the space that has been allocated with your Salesforce org, right? Even if you are getting free, this org login you are getting free, but someone is paying, right, for that space and for that server you are utilizing, correct? So that's how I told you, right? This is shared, you can say, entity as space and server. Someone is paying. So that's how Salesforce restrict you a little bit, on the space, basically not on the server side. In server side, I think, but yeah, space. So here you'll be seeing your utilization, okay, and later we'll be explaining, in which instance how much space you get, correct? So there are limitations of a little bit, you can say, or limitations you see. If you scroll down, you see your licenses, right? So I already told you, you purchase licenses, or based on licenses, Salesforce charges user, right? Or the company or the organization who purchases the Salesforce. So right now, you see these are the licenses available, right? Some of those. Okay, you can see here there is a lot of list here. You can go to list again, click it, and Available licenses are not there. Okay. Basically, let's talk about Salesforce license, right? You see, this is the premium license that holds the highest access, right? So if you want to assign someone the system administrator profile, then that person needs to hold the Salesforce license. Okay, so if the user is there, and some two entities are you can say mandatory when you are creating one user. One thing is license and the another thing is profile. So based on license only, you can assign the profile. So if someone is having Salesforce license, then you can assign them system administrator or other profile also, right? But if someone is having other, kind of identity license, then you cannot assign that user the system administrator profile. That's how Salesforce controls the basic access. So this is the first level access that has been controlled by license, right? As soon as you are creating any user, so you are assigning a license, then you are assigning a profile, then you can create a user, right? That is mandatory. Entity will be creating user later. You will be seeing it also, that without that you cannot create any user. First you need to assign a license, and if it is available, then you can assign it, right? Otherwise you need to purchase it from Salesforce. So for learning purpose, Salesforce provide these much licenses for free, right? So you see, two of the Salesforce licenses are available, and used licenses is one, and available is one, remaining is one. So where this has been used? In your user, right? One user has been assigned to Salesforce license and system administrator profile, correct? And that is your user. So that's how it is telling you. So in company information, you can check your utilizations also, right? You just go there, check what has been utilized and what is available to be utilized. Okay. So that's how admin go there and check license consumption and their API consumption, their space consumption, and everything. So that is the section where you go and check your utilization, consumption, and org status. Correct. Similar thing, permission sets. What are permission sets? We'll be explaining later, but you can see it is listed here, right? Permission set license, feature license, uses based entitlements, right? So what are those? We'll be elaborating a lot, because if I go and tell every term, that you'll be not getting it right. So as soon as we'll be going further, you'll be learning the terminologies, then you'll be knowing, okay, what it is telling, right? But it is necessary you go there, navigate there, and see what all the information is listed here, right? What it is telling. So some things you will be able to get it, some things you will be not be able to get it. You will be googling it as soon as you'll be sitting here and seeing the terms, right? So you'll be getting a little bit idea, right? But I'm not saying you just go and learn thoroughly everything that is listed here in page. You'll be seeing a lot of things in Salesforce, right? But don't worry, what you are getting as idea, okay, this can be this thing, or this already I know that this is this thing, right? If you go here and you see user licenses, now you know what are the user licenses, right? But if you go and you see here permission set licenses, right? Sorry guys, then you don't know what are the permission sets, right? I know that you don't know. We'll be covering it later, but you just have idea that okay, this thing is there, right? So navigation only. Right now what is important? Navigation and terminologies. Okay, so in company information, these are all the things you have. Just go there, check it, what are the things listed here, right? And if you see some of the navigations, don't don't be afraid of exploring it, right? Just click on more, see it's something there also. Okay, I don't think there's that's all. Okay, so that's how you just explore, visit in the org, right? So two things I have shown you. First thing, the user, where lies the user settings and user setup, correct? So you go here, put user, click it, and you'll be redirected to the page, correct? So there you find user. Where you get the company information, you just say company information, and there you get it, right? You get your company information. That's how you will be navigating in the setup, correct? Now, where you will be getting your personal settings. like your user settings. The settings you are seeing here, these are org settings, correct? Where you'll be having your personal settings, right? So you see, now we'll be going a little bit outside setup, because in
Uh,
setup we'll be working a lot. Okay.
Abhi,
Yeah, Manoj?
Vamsi had a question. Vamsi, can you please
Yeah.
turn on your mic and shoot out?
Yeah, Abhishek, I have an thing like why we need to create the users. What are the advantages of it?
So why we need to create a user? I think
Yeah,
I
I think
have.
without the users also we can create the objects and custom fields, whatever that.
Yeah, yeah, that's what. Na? So in Salesforce, if someone is doing something, if something is being done right, anything, so that will be done by some users, right? Some users should be there. In Salesforce, nothing can be done by automatically, right? Even if the automation is being done, that is also system user is doing, right? So that's how Salesforce operates. If someone is being done, there is someone who is responsible for that. Okay, even if it is being done automatically also, correct? So if anything is user means, like, uh, if you say there is owner, right? If you see this currently, who is the org owner, right? If you see who is the org owner, primary contact, right? You see, it's your user, correct? There is owner of org also. Who is the owner of basic, you can say, settings? It's the org owner who has created the org, right? It's there cannot be anything which just lies there, right? And no one owns it in Salesforce. That's how security structure is designed, right? Some user should be there who can own entities, right? If there is something, and there will be an owner. Okay. So that's how, if any setting is being managed, right? It is being created first, then it is managed, right? So as soon as it is created, there should be one user for it, right? So this is the Salesforce architecture. Anything in the Salesforce that will be done by some user, so that it can be tagged later, that okay, this was done by this user and this was done by this user. Salesforce tracks everything, right? If you create anything, you change anything, you modify anything later, or delete anything, right? So everything is captured through the timeline, right? So that for that purpose, who has done it, right? When you How you will be identifying
Correct.
that who has done it? That's how
So,
user
so,
comes in.
so
Okay.
before we are creating an application, before we are creating an whatever the object, so first thing we need to create the users is mandatory thing, or it is we can avoid the users as well as it.
Right now, when we will be going on, right, we don't need to create user for now. When we'll be covering the security of the org, right, security section, when we will be teaching you the security, then we'll be creating another user, and we'll be controlling their security by these means that these tools will be having, right? But in real scenario, it is not like that, right? There's not no single user only. Any organization will be having multiple user at once. As soon as the org is live, or org is you can say ready to be utilized, there will be a lot of users at once, right? And they all will be starting their activities, correct? So that will be the real scenario. But here, right now, I am not telling you to create any user. We'll be having that session, we'll be creating user later. Okay.
Yeah,
Abhi, there
sure,
might be little confusion to the students that they already has created a user, right, for the administration purpose, and
Mhm.
maybe they will get confusions on other users too. I mean, what's the purpose or the difference between actual administrator and a normal user who logs to the Salesforce and do their functionality, so that we can
Yeah.
elaborate so that they will get some idea.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you, not to create any user for now. I'm just telling you where you can see your information, and which is the section where you create users usually, right? We'll be creating another user, and we'll be changing their profile from normal profile to admin profile also. How they, will be able to see different of type of UIs, different type of visibility, right? That will be covering in further sessions. Don't get confused. I'm just telling you that right now what you are having is system admin profile and Salesforce login, right? And when we'll be creating another user, we'll be making a lot of changes on their access, on their profile, on their licenses, right? Then you'll be able to see when you'll be creating users in future, how they will be reacting if you are changing their licenses, their permissions, their profile, right? And their permission sets also. So that practices, those practices will be doing further, right? So I don't think there's something to confuse. I'm not telling someone to create users and utilize the licenses, and later we'll be doing that activity. It's in the curriculum, okay? No need to worry. So if someone is confused on this, just ask questions, don't worry, we'll be answering that, okay? So is there anyone having confusion on user part or company information? Just tell me, okay? Raise your hand and we'll be having your question answered. Okay.
Vamsi, to answer your question more specifically, your question is without user objects and fields can be created, right? But obviously you have that admin user, right? With the help of the admin user, you will be creating the objects and fields. Without the admin user, you cannot create anything, or even you cannot log into the R. So that's more specifically we can answer it.
Yeah, correct. Only. So
Yeah.
that is my question, because
Yeah.
even we have already access, like whenever we are creating an account, it is defaultly created and system
Yeah.
administration and also user access. So we
Yes.
don't want to create again one more.
Yes. Yes. Right.
Yeah, thank you.
So going forward, and just the user part is coming up. So let me tell you, in Salesforce, as soon as you create any user, right, then going forward you cannot delete that user, okay? So earlier this functionality was there that you could have deleted the user that has been created in the R, but later Salesforce suspended it, right? Now if the user is created, you can change their name, you can change their you can say settings, you can change their permission, everything, right? But you cannot delete that user, and there's purpose for that. Later we'll be spelling that also, right? So for user perspective, you guys need to know only these things, that there lies the user setup, and you can go and explore a little bit. If you want to create any user, it's not going to harm your org or something, right? Later we can reassign, deactivate or freeze the user, and we can create another user and utilize it. Not an issue. If you want to create it, someone is going to create it, not an issue. You can create it. Later we'll be changing or we'll be editing that user according to our need, our practice that will be doing in the org, correct? Now, so I think we are little time left, but yeah, we will be teaching you your personal settings and where you browse your applications. Okay. Now you see this little icon here. It is view profile. So most of the time you get in every application, right? Every application or every website, you get a top right icon where you get to visit your profile, right? So now if you click it here, you'll be getting your name, and okay, so there you are getting your settings, logout options, comfy and compact. It is just view, right? And we'll be elaborating everything. Just I'm telling you how the navigation works, right? So if you go to your settings here, here you get your personal settings, right? So these settings belong to, now it is already showing you setup and home, but right now where you're in the personal settings, right? So that's when you see personal information, right? Now this setting applies to your user only, right? So you see this is your user information, what you are having, right? And mostly you can say a lot of things related to user are there, right? Change my password, connections and everything, right? We'll be doing it later also. Just the thing I'm telling you, you can just go here and settings, and you will be navigated to your personal settings. This is personal setting, right? So later when you'll be clicking this org, this is setup home, this is org settings, right? Don't get confused. And you see a little bit gear icon here, it's called setup, right? So if you are in other page, right? So how you will be you can say redirected to this setup home. This is the place from where you will be getting redirected. How? I will be showing it later. Now I already told you, right, that you guys already have some applications pre-installed here in org. So where they are, right? So they are here. This is called 3x3 or app launcher, right? We call both the names to it. It's called 3 by 3 because these are 9 dots. Okay, that's why it is called 3 by 3 or app launcher of Salesforce, right? If you hover it, you see it is showing its app launcher, right? So now there should lie the apps, right? So let's click it and you will be seeing, okay, these are the apps you see by default here. You see the search icon here. You can search it, right? You can, if you know the name, type it and you can search it here, right? But now we are going to do view all. Let's see what all the applications we have. See, all applications, right? You have these much applications pre-installed in the system, right? Now, so how these applications were created? These applications were created by Salesforce by default, and those were installed. If you want to utilize it, utilize it. Otherwise, you can create your own application. That's how Salesforce works. Okay. Now, one of the most used application is this one, sales application. It's called Sales Cloud also, right? You might have heard of it, but it is here, right here. You see Sales Cloud. Same type Service Cloud. Okay, same you see Community Cloud. Okay, now you see these are the applications. Those are having other applications. You see Lightning Users app, digital experiences, scheduler setup. These are having their separate uses, but as part of, you can say, whole full-fledged applications, everything is application what you are seeing here, right? But those are having specific uses. But two applications, those are called cloud here in Salesforce. Those are different cloud. Those are called Sales Cloud and Service Cloud. So here you see, this is sales, this is service. These are two full-fledged applications lying here, right? You see this drag options. You can just drag it here and it will be here. You can just put it here also, like, if I want this sales to be shown it, because I will be accessing it a lot, right? Then you just click here and hold it and you just put it here. Now this is kind of a functionality you are having, right? So now first I have put the sales here and service here. Okay, now that's how I want it. So every time I'll be going here again, I'll be getting it sales and service. Here also, if I'll be clicking it, you'll be getting sales and service. So right now I can go here and click it. It will be opening, right? But first I'll be navigating from here. Just go here and click it. Okay. Now you see your landing page changes, right? Now you have landed to the home of sales, that is Sales Cloud, sales application. Now you are at the home page of sales, correct? This is the application. You can see a standard application that's already there in Salesforce, right? Most of the customization, most of the things were put by Salesforce itself as a standard process. As admin, you will be able to change it all to an extent. Some things you will be restricted to do as it is standard applications. So for that, you will have to create your custom applications. Same as you are seeing here, those standard applications. If you create a custom application, if you create your custom application, that application will be shown here just like these applications, right? So that's how your custom application will be built later, and there you will be putting everything as custom, or you can utilize some of the standard functionalities there in your custom applications also, right? So right now I'm just showing you how the feel and look is there for an application in the Salesforce. Now you guys need to navigate to Sales Cloud, right? I will suggest you just don't go too deep to be confused. Just go to Sales Cloud. This is simple cloud. You just see these are the tabs you already have here, right? If you click on more, all other tabs also you'll be able to see. These are also tabs, but as soon you see there is limited area, right? That's how these are under more. So you click here and you see other tabs also, right? You see your home page, other tabs, all are the tabs, right? If you'll be clicking here, you'll be going here. This is called list view page, right? Everything will be covering, but don't worry, I'm just teaching you simple navigation. As soon as you'll be clicking on any tab, you'll be going to that list view of that tab, right? And what tab holds, we'll be teaching you later. This is the front end part of Salesforce, right? How you go to there? You just click on it, click on your sales application. This is default application Sales Cloud, and as soon as you'll be clicking it, you'll be landing to the home page of Salesforce. There are some entities, those have been put here. We'll be telling you what these are, these all are showing you, why, how they came up here, right? You all will be able to create just like an application you are seeing right in front of you. Okay, and all entities you see, that everything will be built by you and it will be put here by you only, right? So just, you don't think like this application looks very good and it should be standard only, that's why it is looking. Everything what you see here, you will be able to create and edit, and just will be able to make up an application just like this, right? So not even advanced than this, right? If you are using custom solution, everything, that application will be looking a lot better than this, right? So just, I'm telling you, just go here and see what kind of things are there, right? Just change your list view from here all, and see how the records look like, right? So that kind of thing, just navigate, basic navigation you see. Navigate into setup, navigate into applications, right? Now if you are in your sales application and you want to go to your setup home, that's what I was talking about, how you will be going to your setup home. That's when you go to this gear again. When you hover it, it tells you setup, correct? Now you click on setup, there will be a new tab opening, right? Here you are landed just like that. You are landing when you are logging, right? You're logged in, correct? So now it is coming up to setup home, correct? Now here you can do your activities, I already told you, right? So that's how you can do it from here. Inside an application, if you want to navigate to your setup, just click here in setup. There are other things also, will be teaching you that much, not an issue, but here you click on your setup and the setup will be opening. From here, if you want to navigate to some application, click on app launcher, click on the application, and you will be redirected to the application homepage, right? That's how you can say navigate between application and setup. Now if I want to segregate what is front end, what is back end, right? So if you come here and you are inside any application, right? So then I can call that you are viewing the front end of the Salesforce, right? Front end means here users will be interacting, correct, with the data and with the automations, with the you can say tool exposure that you will be doing for them, right? Some screen flows or some components and everything. So that's how you will be exposing things to the UI, and that will be you can say front end of the Salesforce. And then what's the back end, right? So this is the back end of the Salesforce. When you go to setup, right, from here the backend starts. Okay, so admins basically have the access to setup, and from here the backend configuration, backend setting, customization, configuration, and everything starts, right? So if you want to segregate what is backend, what is front end, then you can do it like that. This is backend, and inside an application, if you go, and that is front end for the Salesforce, if you actually want to segregate, because both the things are same, but yeah, it's you can say having a lot of difference. Later you'll be knowing it. Normal users, those will be interacting with the UI, they will not be able to see this button, right? Because of their permission and everything, that will be showing you how you can do it, and admins will be able to see it, and from there they can start their backend activities, right? So you will be controlling the whole UI, whole automation, everything from backend only, right? So there is your activity area. There will you will be spending a lot of times, right? So that's how your backend looks like. A little things, I think, Mandeep, we can extend it like for 5 or 10 minutes, or like it's over. We
I
can-
think, yeah, I mean, guys, please support if you want me to extend for a few minutes or we can wind it up.
tell your preferences, guys. If you have, something timed, just tell us. Otherwise, I will take 5 minutes. I just need to explain the classic and lightning difference. That's all.
Yeah, Abhishek, I think you
Yeah,
can
please
do
go
that.
ahead, Akshay.
Okay, okay. So it will take merely 5 minutes. Okay. So this, what you are saying, seeing right now, it was not like that forever, right? This UI looks, a little bit refined, a little bit good, and everything, right? When Salesforce was created in 1999, okay, then it was not like that. There was a classic UI, right? That was based on the older technology, correct? What you are saying, it is the Lightning UI. Lightning UI means it is upgraded. Lightning Salesforce tells this is Lightning because this is fast, right? Compared to what? Compared to the older UI. That's when if it is saying it is faster, then you need to know faster than what? Faster than the older UI, what Salesforce was having back, when it was created. So there was a classic UI, then it was there for long. Then eventually Salesforce upgraded the UI, and they, you can say, created whole lightning UI for them, right? If you go see here, you think you see tabs and everything just like this, right? But it's not like that in classic. Let me show you how classic looks, right? So you see in your profile there is a switch to classic, right? Salesforce classic. Let's see how does it look like. Now you see this is classic, right? So that is the actual UI Salesforce was designed on. Okay, so Salesforce initially was having this UI. Here you can look. We are not going to teach you classic UI. Nobody is using it. Everybody is using the Lightning UI. Just there is the thing. That's why I'm telling you, right? Because this is big thing, that big leap Salesforce has taken in years, right? So you should know everything, right? What Salesforce has gone through, right? Even if it taking 5 minutes, it will be impacting your knowledge a lot, right? So later you'll be getting, okay, which thing we are using classic, which thing we are using lightning. Okay, so that will be improving your knowledge a lot, even if it is just taking 5 minutes of yours, right? So in classic, it is basic navigations. I have worked on classic also, but the thing is, most of the companies, most of the companies who are acquiring Salesforce as new, or who are also using classic, they are migrating to lightning. But it's like, they have some stuff that cannot be migrated to lightning, so they are hiring developers and they are creating those things, replicating those things in lightning, and they are then they are migrating, but eventually they are doing it, right? So that's Salesforce recommends also that you need to use lightning, because further updates that will be coming up in coming, you can say, years, coming months, those will be given to the Salesforce lightning only. Basic, I have not seen any update or any upgrade that has come into Salesforce classic right now in years. But yeah, what Salesforce does, everything, every upgrade, every new technology that they are introducing, is they are introducing in lightning, because they are, I think in some time they will be you can say retiring also the Salesforce classic. But they have not announced anything like that, right? So this is classic view. You can switch the between Salesforce classic and lightning. Some things will be changing, right? If you have built something that is compatible with the lightning only, and you will be switching it to classic, then that will be not available here in classic, right? We will not be doing it. We'll be learning everything on lightning only. Just I'm telling you for the knowledge purpose. Okay, so there you see everything is there, like setup. If you go there, there will be setup, quick find, and same thing if you search here user, I'm sorry, user, right? You'll be getting this kind of UI, and you'll be clicking the user, you'll be getting it. This might have looked like a little bit same, but yeah, this is classic view, right? Now if you want to go back to your lightning, and there will be doing our all the activities, right? In some cases, very rare cases, if it is required to show you the classic part, I will be doing that also. Right now, you just click here, switch to lightning experience, and your lightning view will be appearing. Okay, so from here you can switch to classic, and in the classic you'll be getting use lightning. So click here and you'll be getting your lightning UI available. Okay, so how these differences came up, what are the technologies those have been used in lightning and classic, right? Like in classic, that there were visual force, here we use LWC and aura components, right? So that will be explaining a lot later, but these are the basic navigation I have taught you. I will just reiterate. As soon as you log in, you land to setup home, right? From setup home, you can quick find some of the keywords. Two of those I already told you. You can find it there. You can get your personal settings, and from here you can navigate to applications by clicking on this app launcher or 3 by 3. Okay, you navigate to the application, and you can navigate back to the setup home from this gear icon and click on a setup. Okay, so that is how your basic you can say navigation works. Guys, please navigate into the Salesforce. These terminologies, tabs, gear icons, setup, personal settings, app launcher, 3 by 3, setup home, these should be in your fingertips, right? Later you will be having, but sooner is better, correct? As soon as you'll be learning it, this will be very easy for you to navigate, right? And learn things what I'm talking about, right? So I think Mandeep will be wrapping up today on this one, and just go and explore the application, explore the setup area, right? I would not say just change the all the settings. It will not harm your org or anything. It's free. If something goes wrong, we'll be reverting it. But don't be afraid to do anything, right? Just navigate to your applications, see how they are looking, what entities they are holding, right? How they are appearing, what can be the meaning of that thing. We'll be doing it with you. Everything will that you see in the screen, even a dot is there, will be explaining you why this is there, right? But just be curious a little bit, visit your org, right? How it is looking. I think you will be having a time little bit in this weekend, right? And you just explore it, right? And one thing, Mandeep, I wanted to suggest, can you create one group, Google group or
Yeah,
something in
yeah, sure.
community, right?
Yeah,
So if someone is having any question at any time, just post it in the group, right? I will be, or Mandeep will be answering you at that time, when it's not like immediate basis response, but eventually you'll be getting your answer, right?